guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Devyn and today I'll be sharing with you all my 6 to 9 month baby favorites. So if you're new here, my name is Devyn. I'm a first time mom to a almost 10-month-old boy. So I think tomorrow he turns 10 months old. And so I thought I'd go ahead and share with you guys the things that my son and myself have been loving for the 6 to 9 month stage. So if you missed them, I have filmed previous baby favorite videos. So I think I did one for like 0 to 3 months, 3 to 6 months, and now I'm doing the 6 to 9 months since we're about to be into the 10-month mark now. So I have a ton of great products to recommend. I personally loved watching these videos to figure out what to put on my registry, what to put on my to buy list for that stage whenever I was pregnant or when Theodore was really young. And it's just really great to hear other moms' opinions on some products and things that really worked for them. Now, of course, every baby is different and there's going to be things that some babies love and some babies don't. And so I'm just going to share what my son has really loved and has really worked for us. Most of these things you guys can get on Amazon. So I'll make sure to link down everything that I can find a link to down below in the description box for your convenience if you want to check out any of the products yourself. My son is currently napping, so I have the monitor over there, so if I keep looking over there, that is why. So I'm going to go ahead and try and get through this quickly. I did divide things into categories, so hopefully that will be a great way to organize this video because I have a lot of favorites to talk about. Before we get into it, make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy favorite videos, and make sure to subscribe to my channel by clicking that red subscribe button, and that way you won't miss any of my future videos. You can also follow me on Instagram as Life by Devyn, and I like to share a little bit more about my day-to-day behind the scenes of me and my son's life. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the favorites. All right, so I have my phone here, which is where I documented and organized my favorites so that I don't forget anything. So I divided it into 3 categories: food, baby gear, and toys. So we're gonna start off with food. 6 months is about the age that is recommended to start solids. Now, some people say 4, some people say 6. We went with a baby-led weaning route, and we have absolutely loved it. We do not regret it one bit. We highly recommend it to anyone who has a baby because my son eats so fantastically. Like, seriously, we are so proud of him. He has just gotten so great at like feeding himself, his motor skills. He has such a wide variety in his diets, just really great whole foods, and it's just been so wonderful to see before our eyes the growth. And it's just created a lot of independence for him, which is just a great thing to teach him early on in a loving and supportive way. I'm with him every time that he eats, there to help him scoop up things in his spoon and things like that. But overall, just baby-led weaning has been awesome. There's a lot of great benefits to it. Now, my first favorite is going to be Solid Starts. So if you've not heard about Solid Starts, there's a website. They have an Instagram page. They have a app, and I cannot recommend them enough for baby-led weaning or just information in general about starting solids. So I was very nervous about how to start feeding my baby solids. And even when I was pregnant, this was something that I was wanting to prepare and learn about. So I did a ton of research on the website and the app and a lot on their Instagram page. I really recommend it. Such an easy way to get information, and they really break things down, just the history of baby food and just specifically like what types of food to give your baby and how to serve it in a safe way. So they have a bunch of free resources. Now, we personally did purchase the Solid Starts. I think it's like the all access pass, and I think it's worth every penny. It really helped me as a very anxious mom. It gives you like meal plan ideas and just like a whole like plethora of guides. And this is not sponsored in any way at all. I found this myself and I just really recommend it. So if you are interested in baby-led weaning, definitely just go check out Solid Starts. Like I said, they have a bunch of free stuff that you don't even need to buy the all access pass. I just really liked all the additional guides and information that comes with the access pass and the courses that me and my husband took that really just put us at ease, made sure that we were on the same page going into starting solids for my son. Now we're gonna move on to like the actual items that really worked for us. So the first one is the Easy Peasy bowl. I think it's called the mini bowl. And this has like a nice like suction almost grip on a table surface, so it's not like easily able to fall over, which is really great. And then it has just a nice simple bowl right here. It's all silicone. It's just very easy to clean, and yeah, it's just been fantastic for starting. So whenever we started solids, there's a bunch of different ways and different types of foods you can start, but there is going to be some sort of purees involved as well. So think like when you introduce dairy, you'll maybe do yogurts, oatmeals, and you'll mix it with nut butters and things like that. So you need some sort of mechanism to sort of mix that in and serve to your baby. And so this I just really loved. It never like moved around. It was very easy to just put on my son's high chair. And I just thought the size was very appropriate for my son's size at 6 months old. So we went ahead and got this and absolutely loved it. We used it so much, almost every single day. And then with that, they also have these spoons. These are like the little mini spoons. They are silicone. You can see they're very small and cute and adorable. And not that it matters, but they match like perfectly here. So aesthetically, it's cute. But this is just so comfortable. We, of course, introduced a spoon early on to help creating that independence, because the whole gist is that you want to try and have baby feed themselves, because that is the safest way. I don't want to get into all of it, but that's what we went with. We wanted to try and have him feed himself. And so whenever we had some sort of puree, we needed to have something to scoop and put into his mouth for him to do that. So what I would do is I would preload a spoon. Let's say it was oatmeal with, let's just say oatmeal. So I would scoop it and I would place it down. Whoops. I'd either place it down here or I'd hand it to him. He would grab it and then put it into his mouth. And this is just nice and flexible. It's nice and small. He did great with it before we knew it. I did not even have to hand it to him. I just place it down here. He'd pick it up and put it right into his mouth. So we loved this. If we do a puree, we will still use this. Now that he's almost 10 months, we're more into a pincer grasp situation. But the spoon and this combo is so great. Now it came with 2 spoons, so that way, which I really recommend, whenever they have one in their mouth, you already preload another one ready to go, because sometimes babies will be like, hello, where's my food? So this spoon set by Easy Peasy, also great. Now they also have this little mini cup, and this is again silicone, definitely goes with this as well. And this has just been awesome. So it's weighted on the bottom, so it's not easily able to tip over. Has almost like a little grip on the bottom. And this is where you can start to introduce tiny bits of water. So definitely look up how much water you're supposed to give your baby. But we would start, I believe, with like 1 or 2 ounces per meal, and just try and offer it to him so he'd get used to sipping out of a cup, like a real cup, not a sippy cup. And again, it was crazy. In the beginning, he's like, what the heck do you want me to do with this? But before we knew it, he was drinking and he loved it. He got so excited every time he was able to drink water. I would hold it up for him. And recently he's been holding it by himself, which is just so, so cool to see. So this is the cup that we've been using for open cup practice with water. Now you can do this with breast milk as well, but it's just been so great. So this little set by Easy Peasy, highly, highly recommend. Now for a straw cup, you definitely want to alternate between an open cup and a straw cup, just because that's going to be the type of cups that they encounter as they get older. And so this cup is from Avanchy, A-V-A-N-C-H-Y. And I found this off of Amazon. This is also all silicone. And again, this was just a winner for us. The whole thing is silicone, so we don't have to worry about anything hurting him. It was very small, easy for him to hold in his hands. Again, when we first introduced this, he was like, what do you want me to do with this? And then he eventually figured out how to get water. And I remember him getting it and being like, ooh, what is that? It was so cute. And eventually, again, he got so excited and was so just like pumped to drink his water from the straw. And very quickly, he was able to completely grab the cup by himself, put it to his lips and drink. So all I had to do was place it in front of him. He would grab it, drink it, and go. And again, he was doing this at like 6, 7 months, probably 7 months. He was able to take this cup by himself, and he still does. And it's just been awesome. So silicone, very easy to clean. It also has like a bit of a weighted bottom, so it doesn't tip over easily. If it just tips over like this, it doesn't really spill easily when it's on the high chair. But this is so great. So I also like just like the very light blue color. What's cool too is my cup, I think he would learn from me drinking out of a straw, because I have a flask, or I guess it's like a tumbler, and I have a silicone straw and it's black. So I try to like mimic and be like, look, mama's drinking water. And I would sip from my drink, and then he would try to do it from his too. So he would see me all the time drinking from my straw, to where he was like, okay, I think I understand how this works. So it's cool. He even drinks out of my cup sometimes as well, which is just awesome. So this cup, so cute, so great. Have been loving it. Now that's the cup that we used probably 6th, 7th, and 8th month. Towards the 9-month mark, my son is crazy active. He's just like always has all this energy, and so often whenever he was like, you know, in a great mood after eating or in the middle of eating, he would throw his cup like, oh, give me more food, and get all excited, and so that cup would fall. Now this cup, when it's thrown with force to the ground, it does easily pop open because it's just silicone. There's no twisting or anything like that. So at some point it was getting a little old having to spill all that water. It was just like, oh my god, too much. So I looked up another cup, and this is the one that we landed on. This is by Bumpkins. This is like one of their trainer straw cups. So a couple things that's cool about this. One is it's spill proof, so when it goes onto the ground, it's not going to pop open and spill everywhere like that one. It does have these 2 little handles, which they have a version without the handles, which I think would work as well, but we just grabbed the one with handles. And then I like it because you can see through, so you can actually see how much water is left. And then it has a weighted straw, which is really nice. So with this cup, eventually he figured out that he could like move it up and down, and he would sort of like want to play with it. This one he can't do that with because it's weighted. And so it's not something he can pull and play with. And yeah, so it's just been great because when it falls, because he still throws things, it does not spill, which is like the main reason I wanted this. It's also cool if you need to bring it on the go. There's a top like this, so that way it's nothing's going to spill if you need to take it with you somewhere. So this one was used this morning, so it's still a little wet, but this has been really a great little upgrade recently. Like I said, I still love that one. I would still use that one with the next baby for those earlier, like solid starting months. But eventually, since he was just so hyper, this was also very helpful. Okay, next we'll talk bibs. I got these from Amazon, a pack of 2. I have this really pretty like dusty blue color, and then a like olive green color, which I love them both. I've gotten compliments on both of those colors, and I think my son looks great in blue and green. But they're just so soft, just like really nice silicone. It's so easy to clean, especially when they're doing like those pureed types of foods and it's just getting everywhere. It's a pretty deep type of pocket here to catch. It catches a ton. Water, foods, purees, it catches a ton. Doesn't catch everything, of course, because, you know, that's, I think, impossible. But it catches a good amount, and it has all these here, so he can use this into toddlerhood, which is great. So we'll be using these for quite some time, but this is really awesome for catching foods, water, what have you. And I just really like the colors. They have a ton of cute ones, and yeah, it's just been really easy. I feel like it's thin enough, it's comfortable, there's nothing scratching him, like no Velcro or anything like that. So we really like these. So I'll show you, link the exact, I think I got them in a pack of 2 that I got. Now the other type of bib that we really liked is by Bumpkins, and these are the sleeved bibs. So you can see, definitely a lot different than a silicone bib. I'm not really sure what this material is, but it's very thin, which I like because we're in Texas and it gets hot here. But it's just really nice because all it is on the back is just a tie. That's all it is. No Velcro, there's not a zip, like it's not bulky. It's very thin. It's cinched at the wrists here, so that way it can keep from stuff getting inside on their arms. And then it also has a pocket here that could catch some food as well. But yeah, it's just been awesome, especially earlier on. So I would say that sometimes we would use both of these together. This we used mostly to help all of his arms being covered because he got really messy, like seriously so messy. So this really helped the cleanup, just having most of his body covered, because yeah, it was like painting class, because when you're having your baby feed themselves, it's not going to be nice and neat like you spoon feeding him, I should say. But yeah, they have a ton of different patterns, boys, girls, gender neutral. This is like an under the sea type of one. We have like dinosaur one. So we have two, and I thought that was a good amount to have. So anytime we would use the bowl with a spoon with anything, we would use this because those were mostly the messy ones. You know, the oatmeals and the yogurts and like mashed peas or whatever it is. We would use this. Sometimes even if we thought it was going to be really crazy, we would use both. Like if I did a puree and some sort of solids, because this is really great at catching the solids. But eventually now we only use this one because we do less pureed stuff, like less of the bowl and more just pieces of food now that he has a pincer grasp. So 6, 7 months, mostly this. Once he started to practice the 8, 9 months, less purees, then it was just this. So definitely recommend both of those brands. Okay, so we mostly fed him solid whole foods. So real vegetables, real fruits, eggs, grains, sprouted breads, like whole wheat pastas, things like that. But sometimes we found it to be helpful to use just some baby food items that were organic and the ingredients are pretty good just for convenience when we're on the go, when we're at someone's house, when we're at a restaurant. It's just nice to have something quick to grab and that your baby's going to like. So the first thing that we introduced in that category were these teeter crackers. We really have loved these. This is by that Organics Happy Baby brand, which that brand we just have loved. We get them at Target, and these are gentle teething wafers. They have different flavors of them. This is a sweet potato and banana. Now we introduced these, I would probably say closer to like 7 months or something. And yeah, they're long, thin crackers, very, very safe. They melt almost in their mouth, and it's just really nice, especially for a teething baby as well. But it's just a really great thing for them to have. You can put smears and things on this too to help give some additional types of benefits, but the ingredients are pretty simple and the baby loves them, and they're just, yeah, they're so great. And then they have these like smaller round ones. So this one's mango and pumpkin. And yeah, so on the back, for instance, organic jasmine rice flour, organic tapioca starch, organic amaranth flour, organic rice flour, organic apple juice concentrate, organic mango powder, organic pumpkin powder, and mixed tocopherols, which is to preserve freshness. So that's all the ingredients are. Very simple, organic. Baby, I'm telling you, loves them, and you don't have to worry about really choking if they're in a safe environment, which is always really nice. Like I said, comes with a bunch of different flavors. We've tried them almost all. Highly, highly recommend just for something easy, convenient, especially when you're on the go. Now, we introduced puffs as well, probably around, 7-ish months, 8 months. Yeah, it was 8 months because that's when we started to practice his pincer grasp. And so this was the first thing that we got, again, by Happy Baby Organics. These are superfood puffs, and they're just an organic grain snack. This is the kale and spinach flavor, and it has choline, which supports brain and eye health. And the ingredients on the back very similar to those teeter crackers. One thing you want to make sure to look at for these things are any sort of added sugars, which I think all these have none or less than 1. And so that was really important to us because a lot of baby foods can have sugar added, which is a no-go. So he really loved these. They come, this one's almost done. Little puffs. They're even softer than like Cheerios, which we're not against Cheerios or anything, but they're just even more soft. And so this is what we brought out when we started to practice his pincer grasp, because they were very easy to grab. And again, before we knew it, he was grabbing and going, and it was so awesome to see. So it was like 8.5 months when we started to practice. 9 months he had it down, and he's been doing it ever since. So again, they have different flavors, and he's loved them. Also great on the go. You can just bring them in like a little zipper. So yes, we do baby-led weaning. It's been fantastic. So we mostly give them those whole foods, things like that. But sometimes a pouch is nice. So a few times a week we'll give him one of these. It's a great way for them to practice this sucking, like through a straw. It's like very similar. And like applesauce pouches and stuff are a thing. And yeah, it's just good for them to have that additional skill. Plus, there's a lot of great ones out there. So they have, again, Organics Happy Baby, like one of my favorite brands. They have some. This one's pears, pumpkin, and passion fruit. We have a ton of them. I normally wait till like there's like a 10% off sale at Target and stock up then. But again, We don't give this to him. I just put it there and he feeds himself as needed. And 0 grams added sugar. Very, very important. Very important that it's organic and that there's nothing else like to fill it up. So we really just like these. Again, if you're going to like a family member's house and you're not sure what they're going to have, pack one of these just as a backup, because at this point, my son eats 3 meals a day. And so, yeah, he's going to be hungry. This is another brand I really like. It's Plum Organics. And this is like a Mighty 4. So this has banana, blueberry, sweet potato, carrot, Greek yogurt, and millet. So a lot of additional benefits to this. It's not just fruit. It also has grain and yogurt, which is awesome. So yeah, they have a bunch of different ones. I just go for the organic ones. I make sure that there's no added sugar. The ingredients are friendly. Do I do baby-led weaning and still give pouch? Yes, every once in a while. So it's all about balance, and Theodore really has been enjoying these. Okay, next up is going to be baby gear. So I'll try to go through these a little quicker. So Skip Hop Exersaucer. You've probably heard people talk about it. I highly recommend it. We just really loved it. It's one of the most recommended Exersaucers or players, whatever, out there for babies. It's just one of the best ones for hip health. Of course, any sort of container you want to limit, but it's nice because when I have to, quickly whip up a meal, if I have to run to the restroom really quickly, whatever it may be, it's nice to have a safe place to place your baby for just a moment when you just need to get something done. So I would say no more than like 20 to 30 minutes a day, maybe 10 minutes at a time is what we would shoot for. And so the Exersaucer has been great. I'll try to see if I have any clips that I can insert here, but he loved it. The whole thing, all the different attachments has been awesome. And the bottom, you can adjust it as they grow taller. But sad to say, he's now outgrown it. So my boy, he's a big boy, tall and big, and I think the weight limit's 28 pounds, and I think he's right around there. So we haven't placed him in there for like a few weeks. He doesn't want to be in there anymore. He's very active. He's already pulling his stand and all that kind of stuff. So this was more for like the 6 and 7 month stage, a little bit here and there of 8, but mostly 6 and 7. It's where we really, really enjoyed this. Now he still uses it as a little play activity table. So he'll still play with stuff standing up around it, which is really awesome. So it's very versatile in that. I just have really enjoyed it and highly recommend it. Okay, next up is this push walker. I believe it's by Thedevdev. You guys may have seen this here. It's been around for a while. It was gifted to us and Theodore has loved it. It is great for putting in front of him when he was able to sit up around like 5.5 months or so, is when we started to bring it out. So he was able to sit in front of it and play. Then as he progressed, eventually he could be on his knees and play. And then he was to the point where he could stand in front of it and play if it was like up against a wall. And now he's to the point where he can actually walk with it as a push walker. So it's a great thing. He honestly could have played with it even earlier because this comes off and we could have placed it on the ground for him. So in general, that's just been a great toy that's grown with him. He loves it. There's music, interactive parts to it. There's lights on it that he loves. But it's been so awesome to see how he's used it throughout this time. I would say the 6 to 9 months has been the craziest. Like, he has developed so much, just the amount of things, especially like 6 and 7 months. It's like he was like, before I knew it, he was crawling and then he was standing. Now he's walking sideways, like, when he's on like fireplace, and now he's walking with the bushwalker. And I'm just like, what has happened? Where has the time gone? So I've loved that. I highly recommend it. And a push walker is a lot more recommended than like a sit-in walker, again, for like hip health and things like that. Next, I want to mention this bath seat. I'll put his picture on the screen. But once my son was able to sit up, the Angel baby bath that we were using for a few months just was no longer it for him. He was like, you know what, I'm good, because he was trying to sit up. I would say we probably used it, probably got it around, I would say it was like right around Christmas time, so in January. So how old was he, like 5 months or something? But so whenever he was able to sit up is when we decided to switch to a bath seat. Now, just because there's a seat doesn't mean that you can walk away. You still need to be there for safety purposes at all times when your babies are in the bath. So just keep that in mind. It's not like the Exersaucer where you can just like walk away for a second. This, you're actually there the whole time. But the bath seat has just been great because he wanted to sit up, he wanted to play, he wanted to splash around. He couldn't really do that as much when he was laying back. Again, I have a very active baby. So we love this. It suctions to like the sides of the tub. There's like a little tray, there's little attachments. You can have little toys and things around there. So it was just really great, very recommended. And just when he turned 9 months is when we took the bath seat out because he was just wanting to splash around and everything. Which I'll say baths are a lot more hectic now because he's wanting to stand up and crawl and things like that. But so technically we could have kept it, but we're trying to get him to learn to sit in a bath. We have just like a grip little like mat on the bottom of the tub now, but in general, we probably still could be using the bath seat right now. We just really, really love it and highly recommend. Okay, next is the Lily baby carrier. I talked about the Baby Bjorn mini carrier that we just loved from his newborn stage all the way until he was like basically at its limit because again, I have a big boy. Seriously wish I could still use it, but there's a weight limit to it, there's a height limit to it, all that. So we went to onto the Lily baby carrier. It's like for all seasons, and that has been awesome. So I've been using that since we switched, but it's been great. I definitely gonna work out. Like if I'm going to Costco, I put him on me. I just recently switched over to putting him in the actual seat of a cart, like a grocery cart. Which took a lot of courage on my end because I was just really worried for that. But before we did that, I was carrying him everywhere and I carried him in that carrier and it's been really awesome. But like we just went to the zoo yesterday for the first time and brought that carrier and we were able to face him out so you can see the animals and it really worked great. And so we really loved it and we haven't had any issues. So it's very easy to put on and off and I've just used it mostly for running errands, having him on me. Now, with that, I also been using a grocery cart seat cover. I think mine's by Itsy Ritsy. I got it off of Facebook, and so it was pre-loved, but you can get them new. I'll try to link the one that I have. But in general, it's just really nice to have some additional like cushion and security. So this one has like a belt, like a little seat belt, I guess you could say, a little strap. And then also a strap to secure it to the grocery cart, and it just makes it all cushioned. It's good because you can just wash it and it's like keeping them from the germs on the grocery cart. Nice and cushioned, cozy. You can attach little toys to it, and so it fits on most carts. I would say, I'm trying to think if there's any that haven't worked. I think Aldi's the only one that didn't work in, possibly. But most other grocery stores like Target, the most important one, it works great. So I really, really enjoy that. I think I started to do that once he turned in 9 months. I was like, okay, it's probably time. I also can't be carrying around almost 30 pounds while going to Costco and stuff. It's a workout, okay? And it gets tiring. So I've been loving that. And then lastly, the cotton halo sleep sack. So we've been using the Tell You sleep sacks. They're like the all seasons micro fleece, which has been really great. But we're in Texas, it's really hot. It's been getting into the upper 90s lately. And so more so when he's sleeping during the day, when it's not as cool at night, I wanted to make sure he had something just a little lighter, a little bit more breathable. And I tried the Tell You cotton ones and I didn't like it. It was like paper thin. I was like, what is even the point of this? And so we decided to try out the Halo cotton sleep sacks. I just have like the gray one, and we love it. It's like perfectly thin and thick. It's like a thicker cotton t-shirt. It's like the perfect thickness, I think. It's very, very stretchy, which I like because the micro fleece one was not stretchy, of course. And I think we're in the size large, and so that should be good for him for a while. And yeah, it's just so great. It's very cozy, very easy to clean, and now we love it. And so I think honestly I might use those going forward for all stages. But yeah, I really like it. Okay, lastly, we're gonna move to the toys category. So the first thing I want to mention is Lovevery. So you guys have heard me talk about Lovevery before on my channel. I seriously cannot recommend them enough. Like, I love the company. I love what they stand for, their values, just the way that they're inclusive to different types of children and diversity and all that kind of stuff. And it's amazing. So the company itself is awesome, but just the toys that they have, the products that they have for babies in different stages. I mean, my husband and I are just obsessed because there is a purpose behind all of it. There is different ways that you can use it for the baby at different stages of development. And so it's so cool just to see Theodore progress. So you guys have seen the play kit for when he was 7 to 8 months. That was the first play kit that we got. So I'll insert some footage here of that, but he absolutely loved that play kit. Still loves all of those things. When we first introduced like that little ball in the, here, I'll show it right here, this. So this is one of the ones from the 7 to 8 month play kit. Oh, my son's waking up, so you'll hear him, but he was not able to put this in here by himself, but now he's an expert. He takes it, puts it in there like 99% of the time by himself, and he loves it. He can spend forever playing with it. So what's cool is that the play kits, they don't just expire after like that month range that you buy them at. They continue to be something that they can play with. Now we also recently got his 8 to 9 month box, and oh my gosh, he loves that as well. Like seriously, I'm looking at some of the things and he loves it. I'll insert a clip of the entire box so you can see what came in it. I'm trying to think what his favorite thing is. I would probably say this ring toy. So this is probably his favorite. So it comes with this red wooden base, this little like acrylic circle, and then these rings here. And oh my god, again, in the beginning he definitely could not put them on by himself, but now every single time he's got it. He puts all 3 rings on, he takes this off, plays with it, puts it into the red thing here. Like, it's so crazy how smart babies are. So I just really recommend their play kits. I'm going to be ordering the 10 to 11 month one soon because he is just been obsessed with everything. You can see the little play gym back there. We now recently have put the little tent on it, and he goes in there, plays. It's so cute. He brings some of the other toys from the play kits in there. And oh my gosh, the tunnel that we got that when we got his most recent play kit, and he's obsessed. He'll go back and forth, back and forth. He gets so excited. I'll definitely insert a clip here too, but he is so cute in it. So it's so nice. It's such high quality. Like the material is cotton, which is awesome. So very gentle on baby skin. And oh my gosh, like seriously, we cannot wait for the next box. If there's one thing I recommend, get the play kits. Seriously. I recommend everything that we've tried so far, but especially the play kits. I'll make sure to link that down below for you guys because, oh my god, so great. Okay, next up are stocking cups. So Lovevery had some. We actually use those in his bath, like the little clear plastic ones that I showed you before. He loves those for the bath and for his like little baby pool outside. But he also loves, where are they? Okay, so these are the cups. I'm not sure where they're from, but I'll find a link for them because they were gifted. These are his favorite. Any sort of stocking cups he's obsessed with. These colors are so great. What's awesome is that they have like numbers on the bottom. You can also use these in the water as well because they have like different like cutouts. It's crazy because he can now stack these inside of each other. Like he will do all of them by himself. He'll put them in and it's just insane. We're working on him actually stacking them on top like this. Like obviously that takes a lot of focus. He can get a few, but oh my gosh, stacking cups, he's loved these for so long. All of the 6 to 9 month stage, and it's still a winner. A few other things, the baby Einstein piano, that is in his nursery. He has loved that. The music, the lights, the buttons. Oh my gosh, so great. This little ring toy by Best Learning, loved this. This is where he initially learned to do the rings. It lights up, it plays different music, there's different settings. Can do this all by himself as well, which is amazing. Like how on earth is that a thing? There is this little puppy, I think it's by VTech, but it's Smart Stages. It's Fisher Price, the Fisher Price singing puppy. So there's a setting on here where they will do a loop of music and he'll just sit there like in awe and be so happy, and the little heart lights up, and it's just so great. Also, really cool to bring into the car if he's getting fussy. He has been awesome recently in the car, but when he was going through some fussier phases like with teething and stuff, this is a great thing to just grab in the car because the music, any sort of music, he just loves. He also loved this little toy. My sister actually got this. This is by Fisher Price, and this was great when he was learning to crawl. It encouraged him because whenever they hit it, it like moves. I'll try to insert a clip. But I've never heard anybody talk about this, and it's so awesome because it has a mirror and he loves to see himself. It has little things to play with, and it has this here to make noise, and it rolls around the entire house. So this has been fantastic. Never heard anybody talk about that, but it really helped encourage him. He still plays with it sitting up, so it's a really fun one. Now, there's definitely a lot of things that I've talked about in my previous videos that we still use and love, so I'll make sure to link those down below as well. I'll put down there still my favorites, so things like the burp cloths and washcloths, and oh my god, those drool bibs are, seriously, I don't know what I'd do without them because he drools like crazy. We use them for like all of his outfits. So things like that I'll make sure to put down below, and you can watch my previous videos that I'll also link down below. But yeah, those are the main favorites from our son's 6 to 9 month stage. We highly recommend them. I seriously just, there's so many products you can buy out there, right? So if you're overwhelmed, I hope that this video helps you just trying to get an idea and maybe some ideas to put on your registry or things to purchase for your baby. So thank you guys so much for watching. I know this is a long one, but I had a lot to say and I'm really excited to be able to share all that with you guys. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.